sunny day in the meadow! My best friends Rose, Tonny, and Kapi were all here. I just couldn't wait to start painting. My little pink dress felt extra bouncy as I hopped around the art easels. Rose, with her pretty blue dress, was so neat and tidy. She carefully organized all her paintbrushes, making... And sweet Tonny, in his kind green shirt, was already laying out delicious fruit snacks for us. He always... Just then, a happy smile spread across my face. Here came wise Momo, our lovely fox. I looked at all the paintbrushes, big and small, thin and thick. I thought, a masterpiece needs a... Clutching my giant paintbrush, I felt super ready. I was so full of enthusiasm. I just knew I was going to paint the most Be careful, Avocado. That swirly paint is very tricky.
I know. I'm gonna make the biggest, brightest rainbow ever.
Her whole body wiggled with anticipation. Avocado was ready to create a masterpiece, but maybe a little too bouncy. She grinned so wide, imagining all the amazing colors swirling together. Painting was her favorite thing to do. With a determined little hup, Avocado dipped her big brush into the shimmering rainbow paint. She took a deep breath, ready to make a huge, sweeping stroke across her canvas, bursting with her usual happy energy.
But oh dear! Avocado spun around a little too fast and... bump!
Her elbow knocked the... Little Avocado was having the best day, painting happy rainbow pictures. But oopsie-daisy. Whoosh! The most colorful rainbow paint splashed all over the green grass. Avocado's big eyes grew... Avocado felt a little tickle of worry. Quickly, she tried to kick some pretty flower petals over the bright paint, hoping... Just then, her friends, playful Rose and kind Tonny, skipped by. Nothing to see here. But inside, Avocado's happy little heart felt a bit squishy. A big, guilty cloud floated. She even tried to hum a little tune, hoping with all her might that the rainbow paint would magically poof and disappear all by... Then, gentle Kapi, the peaceful capybara, looked up with his calm eyes.
Oh no!
My friend Rose was painting the prettiest daisy. Her brush danced so carefully. But then... My heart did a little wobble when I saw Rose's happy smile disappear. Her pretty daisy painting, now full...
Oh dear.
My tummy felt all squishy when kind Tonny put his arm around Rose to cheer her up. Even peaceful Kapi, who is usually so calm, looked at the paint puddle with big, thoughtful eyes. It was...
Look, friends! A beautiful butterfly!
But no matter how much I wiggled and pointed, everyone's eyes kept going back to the colorful puddle right there on the grass. A big, heavy knot grew right in my stomach. It was my secret, weighing me down.
Oh dear.
Avocado had been so excited to paint, but now a big, bright splash of paint was all over. Avocado felt a little tickle of worry in her tummy. She didn't want to look at the messy paint. Instead, she shuffled her little feet, one over the other, then back again. Each A tiny, quiet sigh escaped Avocado, keeping such a big secret, even if it was just a paint spill. Just then, kind Momo, the gentle white fox, quietly padded over. Avocado still didn't want to look. Momo didn't say anything, but Avocado felt his warm, kind gaze. He simply knelt down, looking at... Slowly, Avocado lifted her eyes and looked right into Momo's. She still felt a bit wobbly and guilty, but little Avocado had a secret, and it felt like a big, wobbly cloud. She had accidentally spilled bright... Avocado, my dear friend, what seems to be bothering you? It looks like something important happened with the colorful paints today.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally tumbled and spilled a whole basket of shiny blueberries. Oopsie daisy. A little sparkle lit up Avocado's big eyes.
Oh.
It wasn't just her who made wobbly. It's not the tiny spill itself that matters most, Avocado. It's what we do after the oopsie. Avocado thought very, very hard. Making things right meant being honest, even if it felt a tiny... Finally, Avocado looked up at Momo, a big, brave, happy smile blooming on her face. Avocado loved listening to her wise friend Momo. Remember, true joy comes from within. But even with Momo's kind words, Avocado couldn't help but peek at playful Rose, who still had a little frown. Then Avocado looked at the shimmery, sticky purple paint that was all over the drawing. Oops! That was the... Avocado felt a bit lost, but then her eyes met Kapi's. Gentle Kapi with his peaceful... And just like a little light bulb popping on, a wonderful new thought sparkled brightly in Avocado's mind. It was Avocado's wobbly tummy started to feel steady. Her face, which was once a little sad, now showed understanding. Taking a big, steady breath, Avocado felt ready. It might be a little hard, but telling the truth, and little Avocado took a deep breath. She had something important to do. Something that needed all her bravery. She looked up at wise Momo, the gentle fox. Avocado knew Momo would understand. Then, her big, kind eyes found playful Rose. Oh, how Avocado wished she could undo her little accident.
It was me, Momo.
I accidentally knocked over the paint bucket.
I'm so sorry, Rose.
A tiny sparkle of a tear tried to peek out, but Avocado quickly blinked it away. She was being honest. Avocado had made a little oopsie, and for a tiny moment, a tear twinkled in her eye. As soon as Avocado decided to be super honest about her messy mistake, a wonderful, warm, fluttery feeling blew. Avocado realized that telling the truth, even about a little oopsie, felt so much better than trying to hide it. That's very brave, Avocado. Her kind friend Tonny, the thoughtful tomato boy, with his friendly smile, was quick as a wink to help. And then there was Rose, the playful Rose girl, who had been a little sad about the messy painting. But suddenly...
Uh-oh.
Avocado had accidentally spilled some rainbow paint. But wise Kapi, with her calm smile...
I can help too! Swish, swish!
Soon, all her wonderful friends joined in. Rose, Tonny, and even gentle Momo started helping. This is so much more fun together! I agree. Teamwork makes everything better. Let's keep this joy going. Little by little, the bright paint began to disappear from the green grass. Avocado felt a warm flutter in her... Rose's pretty painting had a tiny splash too. But Avocado was very careful. Gently. Soon, everything was sparkling clean again. Avocado hugged her friends, laughing joy. Oh dear. Avocado had made a tiny oopsie with her rainbow paints. She really wanted to make a beautiful picture. But then, wonderful Momo the fox, playful Rose, kind Tonny, and serene. Look at all the progress! Wow! We're making such a difference! Wise Momo gave Avocado a gentle, approving nod. Avocado felt her heart swell with warmth. Soon, the meadow was almost perfectly clean. Avocado looked around, a big, happy smile. And just like magic, the meadow was sparkling even brighter than before. Not a single speck of rain. Even Rose's painting, which Avocado had accidentally bumped, was charming again. Avocado learned that day that even when she makes... Avocado felt a warm, fuzzy feeling as she gave Rose a big, happy hug. Rose hugged Avocado back just as tightly. Their friendship was now stronger than ever. Like a... Avocado stood tall with all her amazing friends, Momo, Tonny, Kapi, and Rose. She was so proud of how... Wise Momo gave Avocado a gentle pat on her head. You learned so much today, little Avocado. Avocado took a deep breath. She decided to try painting again, but this time she'd be extra careful with... Kind Tonny was so helpful. He carefully held the big paint pot so it wouldn't spill again. Avocado slowly dipped her brush, remembering her earlier oopsie. But now she felt confident and knew...
After my big, oopsie-daisy mess, Kapi was back to his peaceful self. And seeing all my friends happy again.
I learned that even when I make a mistake, taking responsibility and working with my amazing friends, Tonny and Rose. Now, when we paint, I make sure to be super careful. Rose still has her playful energy, and Tonny helps keep everything... It made me so happy to learn that even big spills can turn into happy memories if you try your best to make things right. See? We all learned something important today. Making mistakes is okay, as long as you learn and grow. Bye for now! Looking at my best friends, Momo, Tonny, Rose, and Kapi, I knew our friendships were even stronger and happier.